What's going on, guys? JD at JD's Custom Buggies. We're working on the number 7 Carbide. Just had a few minutes and wanted to get it clutched up. So we're taking all this out. We're going to replace all this stuff with good stuff. So I decided, usually when I pull the clutches apart and whatnot, I put them in a vise, step on them on the floor. I have a vise big enough where I can kind of put the clutch in and hold the pulley and loosen up the nut. And then once I have the nut loosened up, I can kind of spin it off by hand and then put my hand over the clutch on the vise and then release the vise, and you know how it goes. It pops up like a jack in the box. One of these days I'm going to have to do this at the track, as far as, install and reinstall. So we have these clutch spring compressor tools. I figure I would give it a shot, and this is my first time, so I'm going to do it here right with you guys. I assembled it. It comes in a flat box like this. It's on godbuggies.com. It's made by Universal Parts, and so there's a little bit of assembly required, and it's 4 bolts that kind of put these two pieces together, and then you run this this threaded shaft through. So I have it set up. I have our spring installed. I got our new clutch, and I actually have the clutch nut up top here. I put a new clutch nut. I didn't like when I took the old one off, it had threads peeling off of it, so I tossed it. So I'm gonna give it a shot. I got an impact here with a socket big enough, and let's see how this works. Not a battery. Give me a second. There we go. Make sure it's lined up. Okay, that seems to be. It looks like it spun the nut on there for me too. We're going to see. It actually did. And it does not look cross-threaded. So at this point, I still have to tighten this nut up. Yeah, it's loose, so. But it got it started for me, which is pretty freaking cool. So what I'm going to do is stick this in my trusty vise and lock it down with my big fat wrench. But give me a second, I'll go do that now. And then I'll tell you what, while you're with me, we'll go ahead and clutch it. Okay, we're locked on. So, not bad at all. That's probably going to end up going with me to the track. Alright, so we have our Oco clutch, our SSPG yellow torque spring. I'm going to use a Banjing snowflake bell. That is going to be the rear pulley setup right there. Alright. Going to use these Koso sliders. In our new Oco variator. You always want to be careful when you're putting your sliders in. And you want to be careful once you get it all closed up and start sliding in on the variator, or on the crankshaft. I mean, fingers ain't. There we go. Okay. And once you got your variator together, you want to kind of hold it together. The boss on this one, it looks good. Got a variator boss that slides in. Okay. Now, make sure I got all my stuff. When working on a American Sportworks Trailmaster Hammerhead motor with the internal reverse, you want to be careful of what goes where as far as the nuts. There's a fat nut and a thinner nut, and a washer, a regular old thin washer there, and then on the variator side you have this big thick one, okay, and a fatter nut. The fatter nut and the thick washer go on the variator. If you get these mixed up and you put the fat nut on this end, you won't be able to get the CVT cover on there. All right, that's why they make this. There's a little a bearing in the cover that catches that shaft to keep it from wiggling. So got to make sure you get that right, or you'll be sitting there wondering why your CVT cover will not go on. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, because I got sliders in here, got an SSPG variator shim kit. I'm going to put a 1/2 millimeter of shim in this because of the sliders. If you watch the other video on clutching, you know you don't want to overdo it with the shims when you got sliders in there, because they could flip and not be able to right themselves up, and it will jam your variator up, kind of hang it open. So we're going to put one shim on there. So this is how you put the shim on. Goes over the splines and up against the boss. I'm just basically making that boss a 1/2 millimeter thicker. Alright. Belt. I'm sure everybody's got their own little nifty way of putting their belt in there. The thing is again, with these motors that come on the, these newer internal reverse motors, that the clutch pulley actually hangs up inside. So what I do is I just try and bring it around the clutch. I back the clutch off the shaft and then kind of work it away. I'm trying to stay out of the view of the camera, so it might get awkward for me, and it might look like I'm clumsy. So what I do is kind of spin it as I go. And then once I catch the top of the crankshaft, it should just roll right on. But I do cheat sometimes, and I can squeeze it like that. So you just squeeze the clutch pulley a little bit. When you turn it over, you don't want to put it too far in the pulley, but when you turn it over, it should pop that belt back out of the pulley. My variator did not move. I'm putting my drive face on. Remember, fat washer, fat nut on the variator. All the way in on our clutch. See how much the case actually covers. Not like the old school GY6s. The case actually covers half that belt up. So to get the belt out, you got to take the clutch off. You're not going to get it out from under the cover. All right. You see how much of that shaft sticks out, and that's, like I said, this machine down part basically is to catch the CVT cover bearing. All right. Swap me out some. Give me 1 second, because I did have. I'll use this one. I will probably rehit this with air, just to be safe. Here we are clutched. All this stuff is available on gotbuggies.com. But that's going in number 7. And I got a little bit more stuff to do. And make an exhaust, and then we're going to stick it over on the start stand and fire it up. So if you're interested, hit subscribe. If you need parts, go to gotbuggies.com. Check out JD's Custom Buggies Inc. on Facebook. See you guys.